Angela, you're in a little different place than the rest of us because you manage a lot of people. We as entrepreneurs and in real estate, we kind of manage ourselves on our own schedule, but we don't really have anyone else that we're trying to keep a handle on. And I know you've got quite a few people that work for you and you've got a whole team of people. I know you must work insane hours because you always seem to be in a whole bunch of amazing world changing projects. But how have you kind of found to manage that and teams and people?
I wish I could say it's just organic and I just figured out the balance of life and, just roll with it as it goes. That's not my case at all. I'm very systematized and I have to be in order to get the stuff done that I get done. And so for me, I have everything on a schedule. And I don't know why, but to me, that makes sense because, like, the calendar is the same 365 days a year. I can't make more days. I can't make less days. It's just that's how it is. There are 7 days in a week. I don't get to add more days to it because I need more days. I don't get to add more hours in. That's all I get. And so that's all I have to work with. If we have a certain set of resources, we have to make that work. And so for me, I have to work by a schedule. Now, this sounds kind of crazy, and forgive me for saying this, but I have to schedule my downtime and I have to schedule my vacations and I have to schedule my private time and I have to schedule my family time. I schedule my meal time and my exercise time and my sleep time. And so all of that is on a schedule and it only gets done because it's on a schedule. I speak to my mother every Monday afternoon at 4 p.m. her time. And that is on my calendar. And I have a Google Calendar reminder that interrupts me that says, hey, you've got to call mom. I mean, I hate to say that. I wish I could just pick up the phone. Hey, mom, how you doing? But my mom has lots of kids. And if she's going to spend some time with me, isn't it kind that I put myself on her calendar as well so that she says, hey, at 4 o'clock, Angela's going to give me a call and I get to have a conversation with her. And so that doesn't happen if it's not on my calendar. Now I have date night. I shouldn't confess this because, well, again, here's true confession. But date night with Pat, my husband, is Tuesday night every night. It's every week. It's a date night where we do dinner and a movie. And so if it wasn't on my calendar, I promise you I'm so busy, it's not going to happen. And so when it comes Tuesday, I start wrapping up my evening like, oh, it's dinner and a date night movie. Now I have to get ready for that because I'm starting to wind my projects down and take stuff off my plate going, okay, this is husband night. And so there are certain things that I get done because it's on my schedule. And I learned how to take mini vacations. Back to what Regina was saying, if you don't stop and smell the roses along the way, you miss out. And so in the midst of everything that I'm doing, I call them mini vacations. And I've had mini vacations that are as little as 3 or 7 minutes long. It's a very tiny little micro vacation, but I stop where I am and I'm like, micro vacation. My attention is not demanded at this moment. Wait a second. I'm outside. I'm going to just stop for a minute and take a really deep breath. And I'm just going to enjoy nature and the air, the fresh air and the scenery around me. And it might only last for 3 minutes, but I left my entire world behind for 3 minutes. I just got out of my head for 3 minutes. And when I came back, I'm like, oh, okay, I'm back now. I'm now refreshed. I'm energized to go again because I just got away from it all. And there are times when in our business, in my business, and it's probably true for realtors as well, not sure, but there are days when you've given it everything you have to give. There's nothing left to give. There's nothing. You're burned out mentally and emotionally and physically and financially and spiritually, and there's just nothing left. And so I rely on taking a short nap with a hypnosis tape. And the hypnosis tape is a Dr. Daniel Amen tape, not sponsored. I just want to share this with you, but it's called Peak Productivity. And it's a little hypnosis tape on how to get the maximum performance. And it is 25 minutes long. And so if I'm just completely burned out on everything, I'm like, I need a reset. And it's one of the most glorious things ever because there's a nap included. And he wakes you up at the end like, hey, go get back to work now. Wake up again. And you're like, oh, yes, here I go. But it resets. It's like rebooting a computer that's clogged and is slowed down and is not working. You keep hitting the keys and nothing's happening. And you're like, is my mouse broken? Is it the keyboard? Like, what's happening? Stop and reboot. And I'll go and I'll take a quick 25-minute nap with hypnosis. And when I come back, I am ready to go again. I can go for another full 8 hours, here I go again. But it has to be on the schedule and you have to learn how to maximize those moments.
I love that. I think so many people get overwhelmed by vacation. It's this big undertaking. And what you said, that's great advice, just to be able to stop for a minute or 25 minutes or a date night to recharge. That's great advice. It doesn't have to be this big 10-day expensive, pack everything, get the kids ready, all of that. It can be just a refresh.